Good evening to you all. This is Veer Maheshwar Charitable Trust, Latur, MS India, organizing daily international webinar series. In this series, every day we are listening various topics from the renowned resource persons, those who are invited from India and abroad. In this series, today we have invited Sonal Tiwari Madam, who is Assistant Professor, Lowly Professional University, Jalandhar, and she will speak on cultivating leadership skills in youths. I welcome you, ma'am, and all the participants, those who are joined here. I request you, you can share about you at first, then you can start your regular topic, cultivating leadership skills in youths. Thank you.
So, a very warm welcome to everyone here. And I'm Sonal Tiwari. Good evening, everyone. So, today's topic of discussion is cultivating leadership skills. And that is what my motivation to drive every single day. I am an assistant professor here at Lovely Professional University, and I have been a part of NCC as well, where I prepare my youth, the young, vibrant people, to go ahead and to cultivate with some leadership skills. Because I personally believe that leading from the front is the most important aspect which is required in today's youth, as in the era of social media. This is what I personally believe. So I would be talking throughout on the same, and this is what my motivation is. And I also engage students to participate on lot many activities. I also help them in cultivating the communication part and care the communication part, because nowadays we are speaking, but at times we only speak maybe what person is, anyone who is listening the content may not like the content, right? At times we are not respecting, at times we are leading the challenge but again don't know where to go. So our youth today is somewhat not structured. They are always and every time working on social media. At times they are working every single day to strive for success, but at some point of time they. So I would be talking on the same. This topic is cultivating leadership skills in youth. My task is and my approach is to empower the next generation of global leaders. Now, why youth leadership matters now more than ever? Sometimes you may have seen that a lot many things are happening every single day. People are making content on social media. They are doing a lot many activities. Some are doing, our youth is doing somewhere traveling. They are talking to each other. They are going for comedy shows. They are also performing different artistic styles. Nowadays, it is not only that we need to make them engineers or doctors or maybe CS, right? So the leadership quality whatsoever they have is something that is very much common, and that is incorporated from the very edge of their classes whatsoever they are doing. And I personally believe that whatsoever we teach in the classes, they whatsoever qualities we teach in the classes, they always know what can be done, but at times they are not confident. And that is why, in this era, in this generation, with Gen Zs, leading from the front is very important. And that is why this youth should know what is a leader and how a leader should take care of the society whom he or she is leading. Next, we have is I just mentioned about why leadership is important, because it gives you innovative thinking. It gives you the power to think different. not only on social media, on technology part, but also the leaders can think on climate change. They can think on social justice movements. They can look after this digital transformation, what is happening every single day. And also young people are stepping up to address issues that will define our collective future. Because if we are planning, if we are authentically designing a particular task, again, the most important agenda is how to lead from the front. I would be talking about three core qualities, what is very much important in today's youth, and that is something that is very effective, also efficient for upcoming youth. So, this is the first important aspect is confidence and self awareness. You all may agree because if you have the confidence, you can do any particular task. If you do not have, then again, the question is a question mark itself because you do not know what to do in what situation. So that is why I personally believe that confidence and self awareness is the most important aspect to understand unique strength. Whatsoever unique strength we have, we will only understand if we have self awareness, if we are confident about our own self. That is, whatsoever qualities we have, whatsoever values we have, and areas of growth that also creates the foundation and authentic leadership because that is again the most important aspect when you are following a particular tradition, maybe following a particular path to go ahead in this life. Next, I personally believe that responsibility and positivity are very important for a leader because if you are responsible and if you are positive, then only you can lead the group. If you yourself is not positive and not responsible, again the confidence and self-awareness would not come. So what we can do to our youth is sharing responsibility with them. We can share some positivity with them. Always see the positive side of whatsoever they are doing. At times we can see how they are making the change. So that is why inspiring them and building trust to them is again very important. Next aspect of the leadership is teamwork and communication. You all may agree here that if you do not have a leading attitude, but if you are a good communicator and you have some way or somewhat you have teamwork responsibilities and the qualities what you can lead, you are going to be amazing person in the room. I personally believe this. So, teamwork again is important, plus communication. The way you communicate to others, the way you charge others, the way you motivate others and inspire others through your words, because words have the power and they are the magic. They are very authentic. The moment you start speaking, your words come as a power. So, if our youth and the leadership qualities, if we want to build, again, we need to have teamwork, responsibility, plus communication. We need to take care of the communication, what we are guiding them and how we are guiding them, what responsibilities we are giving to them, surpassing on them, and further, how much they are positive because again this is very important. Next I would talk about decision making and integrity. Again, this is a very important core value when we talk about leadership skills. So decision making and integrity is a particular person's choice. If a person is able to make a decision and the person is able to come up with his or her core values and standing firm, right, the person can hold every responsibility. So again, this is the most important aspect and perspective for long term impact because if we are able to justify whatsoever task we are doing, if we are able to work in a particular way, and if we are diligent to come across a particular task, then that leadership is going to be amazing, right? So Moving on to further, if I would talk about, then yes, leadership is not a responsibility, it is a way of life, right? So, leadership is something what we live every single day, right? Leadership is a way of life, and it is again very important because whatsoever task we are doing, we need to go ahead every single day. There are some real life leadership in action, what we can do, because again, talking will not help. So their action also is important. And we cannot only guide our students or our young people, those who are there, we need to take action first with ourselves, and then we can show our responsibility that how effectively we are working. So, what we can do and how we can take this action to go ahead with this generation. The first thing is youth centered design. Next is building resilience. Further, I would be talking on interactive empowerment and national recognition. When I talk about youth centered design, at everywhere you see, if you are giving the willpower, the integrity, the whatsoever they are doing, if you are giving them the challenge, they would love to do, they will definitely perform, they will get some different ideas to do that. So if I talk about here, it is developed by transitional age youth leaders across the United States, ensuring authentic, clear perspectives that shape every aspect of the program. So, this is again youth centered design where youth are themselves responsible to complete a particular task, lot many projects they can do, and they are holding the responsibility to lead from the front. Next is building resilience. Again, that is very important aspect, and that also helps in mutual learning and holistic wellness as core foundations for sustainable leadership development. Building resilience, because at times what happens, our youth today is losing the patience part, right? They are doing a particular aspect, they are working every single day, they are working 9 to 5 or maybe 10 to 6 they are working, but at some point of time they are losing the patience part, they do not have patience. So mutual learning is important, helping each other is important, again wellness is very much important, and that only leads to leadership development. If I talk about interactive empowerment, then this is again incorporates engaging activities that promote deep self reflection, peer to peer learning, and collective empowerment. Because at times what happens, we are we are doing a particular task, but youth is also involved in a lot many activities, but they are not confident what they are doing, they're just following the crowd, right? So again we need to show them the path, that how they can empower themselves with their interactions with others, and also to help, right? Because helping others is the most important aspect when we are talking about peer to peer learning. Next, I would talk about national recognition. So, if our youth is doing amazing things, right, and they are involved in a lot many activities, we can transform their behavior, we can transform their mental health, we can transform their unique power by embracing their and by appreciating them, because again that is the most important aspect. Appreciation is very much important, supporting them again is very much important when we talk about real life leadership in action, because every single day we see a lot many students, a lot many people who are coming forward to do a particular task, but again they are not getting that support what they want and what they deserve. Moving towards next, so the most important activity what I believe in leadership skill is interactive and engagement, because if we are engaging them, if we are holding them some responsibilities, of course they are challenged to a particular new aspect of life. And again, this is a very proven strategy that helps young people discover and develop their unique leadership potential. Because if youth is given the task, then only they will organize their mindset. Then only they will think that, okay, this is something new what I'm thinking about. Okay, then also they will get the challenge to complete the particular task. And that is again very much important. And it happens every single day when they are interacting with their peer or with their friends or maybe some community. Also, these communities are helping them to build their leadership skills. Somewhere we can also give them some activities to anchor on the stage, to host, right? To challenge a particular, maybe a project. We can give them community development project. We can ask them to come forward and lead from the front. Then only they will get to know what attributes they have, what skills they have, and then only they will recharge their mindset, right? Because again, that is what engagement is. Nowadays, what is happening? People are just working on social media. They are getting digitally transformed by shaping their own qualities. Some are making videos, some are making content, some are delivering different ideas, some are working like writing poetries and performing on the stage. So, what is happening? Everywhere, new challenge is there. And that is why leading from the front is important. But in these all crowd, there are too many aspects which we can talk about. Is there are some students who always feel that I am not doing good, or maybe at times they feel that I'm not performing what I should, right? At time it happens. So whenever it happens, you need to tell them, you need to build the trust in them that whatsoever you are doing is an amazing thing. Whatsoever you are putting the effort is again quantifying and qualitative. Whatsoever strategy you are taking, like the decision what you are making, is again the uplifting one. So please believe in yourself. I was teaching today I was taking lecture today, and during that, I just told them two words which I think also motivates me. That is from fear to faith. You need to follow a passage, a pathway from fear to faith. And if you want to follow the path from fear to faith, you need to jump. You need to transform. You need to believe in your own abilities. You need to engage with your core, with your confidence. And that is what the leadership is. And what is the most important skills, I personally believe. So this is the charge, this is the confidence which we want to install in today's generation. Next, I would be talking about these are the challenges what people used to believe. That is self reflection exercise. You can ask your students, your friends also, plus you can ask your those whom you are teaching. You can ask them to write maybe on them own self. They can work on self reflection. You can ask them to come with some activities. You can ask them to, you can also give them the challenge. There you will get to know what a person is holding and what confidence the person is having. You can also make some group and give a particular task. It will improve their teamwork, leading style. It would definitely improve their communication and creative thinking skills. Because whatsoever project you are asking them to deal with is again an amazing aspect to transform the journey. Next is role playing scenarios. Again, you can, because they used to watch movie, right? So you can ask them to play the best character role, whatsoever movie they have watched. Or if your students are a avid reader, you can ask them that what or which book motivated them, and they can also create a role play challenge. And there they will also come up with their one effective strategy, and that is best decision making skills. Next we have is youth voice platforms. There are a lot many platforms where your voice is recognized. So I think that we should create some projects where youth is coming alive and means live, and they are projecting their qualities. Maybe some are doing art, some are doing poetry, maybe some on you. They will always be dependent on someone to take their life decision. And that is why when we talk about leadership skills, it means that you need to teach your kids from the very young age. Maybe that one group project, maybe that one music dance, maybe that one solo song performance, maybe that one news anchoring they want to do. Let them do, let them finish that task spec, let them decide what they want to do. And when you will make them free, they would be thanking you as well. And you would also see, yes, what a person can defend, what a person can think in his or her mind, they can definitely execute. I hope till here we all are on the same page. And I would like to take your comments on the same, that what you believe when we talk about youth and leadership skills. Should we give them the freedom to come forward, or should we just always decide something for them? What should we do? You can just text, right? So let's move on to next. Now, I would be talking on this question, that how organizations can foster youth leadership globally, right? This is again the most important aspect when they are talking, and when they are talking about youth leadership, and they are talking about globally. Because again, this youth is the most important aspect of a nation, right? Every nation is organizations, and where in these organizations, if youth are going to lead and are going to take their own decisions, then our nation is going to have a very successful future ahead. So yes, how organizations can foster, let's see. So this is again, there are some ways to tell them to come forward and participate. So the most important aspect is youth advisory councils. What we can do is we can make them to take some responsibility. We can integrate our youth on different perspectives. We can ask them to take their own decisions, and also we can ask them to influence, right? Once you are giving them time, once you are giving them different projects to do, once you are giving them different type of perspective, again, they are going to build the momentum, because when they are together, they contribute. When they are together, they collaborate. When they are together, they love the art of consistency. They will help their peer members, they will help their friends as well. Because again, they personally believe that their decisions are counted now. Once you start giving the decision to others, and once you start giving the charge to others, they themselves feel the confidence. So youth advisory councils we can make, some clubs we can make, where we are giving the panel, the discussion room to our students. It is not only with us, we are giving them to take big decisions. Suppose in the college or universities or in even schools, we can make a small parliament for them, where they are discussing their agendas, what they really want to do for this planet, what really they want to do for others in their community, how they want to transform, how they want society to be helped with, how they and what they think about slum area kids, what they think about where they just throw maybe waste right on the road, on somewhere where there is a public place, or maybe they are going for tourism also. They're just throwing the garbage here and there. How they can take charge, how they can decide that we need to take care of the nature, we need to take care of the environment, we need to take care of what is happening in the society, we need to give our thought based on the same. So again, this advisory councils will motivate them, will inspire them, will help them to take good decisions, as well as it will make them uh, and convert their ideas like an effective leader. Next, which I love the most is leadership training. There could be a lot many leadership programs, right? And programs can be made by them only, right? What they want to lead, what they want to construct, what ideas they want to share, how much progressive they want to be. So what we can do is we can provide comprehensive training with hands-on real-world challenges that develop practical skills and confidence. Because again, this is very much important to make them in the training part. Because when we are training them to love positivity, when we are training them to take good decision, when we are training them to effectively think in a particular process, when we are training them and we are guiding them to take the stage and perform, at that time, the challenge to them is what next, right? We are giving them the task to perform, but we are not telling them how to do it. It is their task. So when the whole parliament is there, when the whole discussion room is given to them, and when one of them only becoming the leader of the group, the captain of the group, they will definitely transform, and you will yourself feel that it is amazing idea to give them the chance to lead. Because whatsoever we know through our learning, through our perspective, is totally different what they are learning now with their perspective. So once you will only decide what they should do, they will always follow your path because you are the teacher, you are the role model for them, you are the inspiration, you are maybe the motivation. That's why they always follow you. But it should not happen like this. It should be the room is given to you, the stage is given to you. Now you handle your stage, you handle the room. That is what giving the task and make them participate and let them transform their career ahead. Let them decide what they want to do. So here again, youth advisory councils and such activities, such group discussion would definitely help them to transform. And also leadership training can be provided from your end as well to make them effective leader or what qualities a leader must have. Let's move on to next aspect. Freedom with accountability. Yes, exactly. Freedom is given with accountability always because we get time to choose. We get time also to deliver. We get time to perform. And if it is given by freedom, again, that is amazing and always appreciates. Let's move on to glad that you all are participating and you're also becoming the part of the discussion. Further, I would be moving to next, and that is mentorship networks and youth led initiatives. So, when we are talking about mentorship, right? Mentorship is what? Mentorship is something where you are encouraging them, where you are talking to them every single day, where you are asking them what challenges they are facing, where you are making your efforts to support them, but you are not showing them full path, right? You are asking them to take the charge, but you are not guiding them fully. Suppose you are taking a test in the classroom and your students are giving that exam, right? Now you cannot show the whole answer sheet to them, right? As you love your students, you take care of them, you also want them to perform well in the test, right? You want them to get good grades, but at the end of the day you cannot take test while showing them the answers, right? That is not good. Why it is not good? Because they will never get the freedom to think their mind, to improve their problem solving skills, to think in a interpersonal way. What is really the mentorship? Mentorship is something where you are supporting them in growing, where you are making them learn, where you are fostering them every single day to strive for the best. That is what leadership and the attribute of leading from the front is. Next we have is youth. The youth is, you may have seen this also, that youth is having a lot of power, right? And this power, this energy, this activeness needs to transform, need the freedom that I want to take my own decision, right? I want to share my own perspective. So, how this will happen? This will only happen when they are passionate. This will only happen when they are executing the task. This will only happen when the platforms and resources are provided to them. Then only they will take the initiatives to complete and accomplish a particular task. That is what I also take my students to guide them for getting good achievements, because for them achievements is again very important. Sometimes what happens, we are asking them to come and lead from the front, but at some point they are not having the trust, the confidence in their own, and due to that what they used to do is they always see a room to escape. They always sit in that corner of the room where teacher is not or cannot see the person. Maybe the kid, maybe the child who is sitting there. Maybe the person, maybe the child is just bunking the class, right? Maybe you means they are hiding themselves from the teacher, because why they are doing that? Because they don't want to perform. Why they are not able to perform? Because they do not have the confidence. So the charge to teacher is that you need to give them to initiate. 3 to 4 activities you can ask your students to do in the classroom, and that is firstly the group. You can assign or assemble them in the group, so that what will happen, you can also ask them to play the role play, or maybe you can ask them to read an article and try to organize a report around it. You can ask them, you can give them an article and ask them to please prepare a role play around it. So what will happen, when you are giving a particular task, they will also think that you have given importance to them. They will think that you trust them, right? They will also think that somewhat you believe in their abilities. So that is a teacher's task, to appreciate every single time, every single moment, even if the task is maybe not that effective, that is performed by the kid. Or at times you can also motivate them, you give more chances. What you can do every single day is, suppose there are 30 students in the classroom, or maybe 45 students in the classroom. What you can do is every single day you can ask one student to perform maybe their hobby, maybe a sketch, maybe a drawing on the board, right? Maybe a song in the classroom, maybe a dance performance. We only organize such activities on annual function or a sports day, or maybe every single day when they are going for the prayer. So this is happening fine. At times they get nervous, but when you will give everyday chance to them, every single day you are doing something amazing, something like magic to them, because you are giving them the stage to perform. So at times they are always a person who is having a lot of fear, but you need to make them believe that they are the magic. They are someone who can transform their journey by themselves, by your guidance, by your support, because you are the real gem and your students are your magic. So always add all the flavors to that magic, so that the room would be performing like wow. So some activities I also do with my kids. I make them role play, and there I also get to know, okay, his or her communication is a strong. His action is very strong. His or her the style, the attitude, and the smile is very good or energetic. Or somewhere the pitch, the volume in the room is of a student is very effective. So in this way, what I'm doing is I am knowing who is having what caliber, also what are their strengths. Next, I would love to share the next part of this presentation, and that is what is your role and how you can become a catalyst for youth leadership. Because again, if you are the catalyst, you can change their lives. And they will always remember you. This happens. They will come definitely to you, or they will text you from somewhere. So, oh, ma'am, you have taught me in this standard, and due to your one task, maybe due to your one chance, I really transformed my life, and the journey of my life became impressive. And I was now not introvert. I can talk to anyone. So, again, and also they will appreciate you for giving them leadership qualities, for imbibing in them the leadership qualities, the mentorship qualities, and they will always and every time appreciate your presence in their life. This is the most important aspect and where you can help your kids. Firstly, the communication. If your communication is effective and if it is powerful, if your communication is too much helping them in uh, means getting the knowledge what you are sharing, if you are motivating them every single day, whatsoever performance they are doing, maybe in the ground or in the classroom, maybe they are creating a sketch, or maybe they are drawing something, or maybe they are posting something on the wall, maybe that one help, all these aspects come under motivation. Next we have is positivity. See, this world is having a lot many scenario where people are not getting proper water, maybe clean water. The people are not getting effective crowd to embrace them. Sometimes it also happens they do not have the trust and confidence. Sometimes this also happens that they are not getting the correct chance. So always embrace the presence of your students, of your kids, because the positivity, what you will launch through your life, through your maybe your eye movements, through your gestures, that is going to take the shape in their mindset. And they will also teach the same, maybe to their siblings, to their friends. That my teacher told me this, right? So again, positivity is going to golden up in them if you are going to build them up for the same. Next we have is creativity. Always welcome their creativity. Never say no, right? Because again, this is important when it comes to the creativity part. If they're showing you that, sir or ma'am, I made the flower yesterday, or maybe I cooked something, or maybe this was the dress I was wearing, or maybe a particular whatsoever they can ask you. So if they are doing a particular creative something they are designing, something you are giving the chance to them, because in school a lot many activities used to happen, even in college and universities a lot many activities used to happen. So if you are giving them chance to create, they will definitely create something new. So never ever give negative comments on that or negative remark on them, because if you know how to be the best leader, a best leader is someone who never see the negative aspect, who only see what is the challenge and how to change it. And that change will only come maybe on communication part, on motivation part, on positivity. And lastly, always give feedback to your kids. So you can say that, see, you prepared very well art, right? But the color what you have used can be more impressive, right? Suppose your kids are fighting in the classroom, you can tell them, see, you are fighting, but I'm not feeling good, because they you both are getting hurt. So again, this is very much important. All such a small activities really represent your leadership skill. They will always remember that the memories, what their mind is again and again, cementing. It is going to be an amazing memory. I still remember my English teacher, the way she taught in the classroom, and I still appreciate how she taught us, and how now I am able to teach English from the front to my students. And I always tell her that, ma'am, due to your style, due to your motivation, due to your chance, what you have given to me to come on the stage and perform was really amazing for me. And till now, I really appreciate her presence in my life. So she taught me in class 6, and till now she is in touch with me, my teacher, and through Facebook, through WhatsApp, through Instagram. And till now she used to see me, means she used to take my name and say that you are doing super amazing. So yes, it all happened when you personally believe in your kid, in your the particular group what you are transforming. So you are again the transformer, you are again the creative person, you are again the most important aspect wherever you are present. Let's move on to next. You can also support youth led projects. You can initiate someone, right, or your kids to come on and do particular project where you can guide them, right? You can ask them to come up with their vision and autonomy. You can also promote inclusive environment where their decisions, the students' decisions, are heard, valued, and integrated into decision making process. Further, even in your classroom or in your campus, you can always share some resources and opportunities. You can connect your youth with training programs, with networks and platforms that will definitely accelerate the leadership development qualities in them, and they will definitely learn the escalation, and they will magnify the power of their presence in their life. Further, I would talk about always learn together. Whatsoever is happening, even in the classroom or in the campus or between your peer groups, always, every time celebrate. We only celebrate festivals, but what if we start celebrating our every single day and whatsoever we are doing? We can do that, and that is what publicly becoming a successful version of ourselves, and the students what and whom we are designing, we are teaching, because they are the young leaders of tomorrow. They are someone who is going to be the most powerful people of this nation. Moving towards next. This again is a quote which always motivates me, and that is, together we empower tomorrow's leader, and that starts with today, right? So, whatsoever you think that I am going to do it from tomorrow, if you take a pause and start doing it from today, the transformation would be amazing. So, always, every time, celebrate your presence, your kids' presence in your life. Further, always motivate them, because once you start celebrating their presence, and once you start motivating the, if one small leadership whatsoever, suppose two students are fighting with each other, and you just saw and came, and then you ask that why you are fighting, and there can be two different scenario. One, you can ask them to go and sit to their places without any other thing. Otherwise, you can also say that, see, you can also show them the role that, suppose two people are fighting and one got hurt, so how he or she will feel now. You can show them through the role play. Suppose someone is beating you or fighting with you or saying bad words to you, so you can show them that how sorrow you feel, how sad you feel, and how bad that aspect is. So you can show whatsoever you want to teach your kids. Always show them examples through role plays, because role plays are going to be the best and the most important aspect in building their quality and building their lifestyle. So, again, my final remarks would be of this session. The most important aspect of this life is that leadership is a journey. right? And it is a continuous journey. It never happens in a single day. You cannot teach your kids to be the captain today, right? And not tomorrow. You cannot ask your kids to be the monitor for one day and transform, right? You cannot ask your kids to today I'm teaching you this thought and tomorrow also you remember and same thought you are going to say for 365 days. No, we do not want that. We want our leaders, and they are every single day. We are preparing them, right? So, if we are the magic and we want to see magic, we need to do something what is the most important aspect of effectiveness. You need to be very effective in your teaching style. You need to be a little smile. You need to carry the flow. You need to carry the glow of your presence. You need to take them as a guest. You need to pamper them. You need to teach them what is the confidence and how the leader in themselves will come forward. Once you start giving them the responsibility, the role, you will see the magic in the room, right? And next is every youth can lead. Yes, every youth can lead. This India, the country what we are staying today, is again full of leaders, freedom fighters. So always tell their stories and teach them through role plays and make them play in the room and how they can transform through their life stories. You can inbuild some skills in today's generation. So, what is my commitment? My commitment is to cultivate leadership skills, to build every single person here on this planet to become the better version of their own self. And the word is equal and it is for everyone. So, why not to appreciate everyone, right? So, this is what the effective leadership is. And that is what my agenda is. So I want every and each one of you to join us in making youth leadership a global movement. And that is going to be the most important aspect. So thank you everyone for being a very patient audience. And I hope you enjoyed it and you loved it. And if any question you want to ask, you can go ahead with the same. If you think that something you want to write for the session, you can do it. Something you want more, again, I would love to join you back. So it was amazing session here, and I also feel that we all are leaders, right? We all are leaders. Every single person in the room is a leader, but we need to appreciate each other. We need to tell each other that yes, you matter. I always tell my kids, suppose if someone is talking in the room and I am teaching, what I say that, see, you guys really matter, right? Your presence matter in my classroom. So please be the magic in the room so that whatsoever I am teaching you, whatsoever I'm guiding you, you can also have the guts to teach it to others. That is why I want you to magically involve in my classroom. And each one of us is a leader, and we want India and this country also to make global leaders. So that is what my motivation is. So thank you so much. Any question you would like to ask? You can go ahead.
Thank you, Sonal Tiwari, madam. It was the best presentation, and
For
you
this
have showed that
opportunity.
you are a great teacher also. And your presentation, your PPT, your motivational skills for the youths are very much effectively presented by you. All teachers, those who have present here, they might be use these skills to cultivate leadership in their students. Also, you have remembered your teacher. So, some person when remembers her or his teacher, that teacher is also creating such students like you, those who are still in the way of to do something for the society, for the student. Thank you, ma'am. No more words to
Thank
say.
you so much,
Again,
sir.
thank you to you. I request all the participants to unmute themselves and they can discuss with our resource person. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, should I leave or should I be here?
Yes, you can leave, madam. Huh? You can leave. Thank you
Okay.
once again. In future, also, you will be invited for this webinar series because this series is we are running from last 5 years, and with the support of the resource person like you, we are able to run every day. So, thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and
Thank you,
presenting the
everyone.
best.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much,
Presenting the
sir,
best
for this
podcast. Thank you.
opportunity. Thank you. Now I would be leaving. So, my email ID is you can
I can share in the group, no problem, or you can type here, no problem.
okay,
Any.
okay, sir. Okay, I'll share
Okay.
my email ID or
Yeah.
just a thank you.
All participants are requested to reach to the our group and you can fill the feedback link which is available in the chat box now. I will share the feedback link of today's session.
Okay, so now I'm taking your leave, and
Yeah,
it was glad that you all liked the presentation. Thank you.
thank you.